and we'll do that recording.
Okay. So I joined a chanting practice yesterday, and it was the first time. So I just sat there and listened to the chants.
That's the
Uh,
important thing, is sit there and listen. All right.
okay.
They may or may not have a book that has the chanting in it.
No, I
Yeah.
didn't get one.
All right. Then you can go online to our Open Sangha Foundation, go to
Mhm.
the PDFs, and key the word for chanting,
Mm,
and you will find chanting books there.
okay.
Okay, there's one that's really a big one that has almost all the chants, and then there's a smaller one from some Watt. So go ahead and get both of the chanting books and look at it. The big book, you might in fact, they normally do the morning chant and the evening chant as kind of a
Yes.
standard. Okay,
Yeah.
the morning chant and the evening chant is in that big chanting book.
Mm,
So the way that I would recommend it, rather than printing it out, is to read over the morning and the evening chants, then go to the chanting, and then come back and read it over again in the book.
okay.
Back and
Why?
forth and back and forth, rather than trying to sit there with the book and listen to what they're saying, and
Mm,
that's a bit difficult.
yeah, I can see
Okay,
that.
it's
Yeah.
it's sort of like learning to read music while you're in a band.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not going to try to learn to read music while we're in the band. We're going to work on reading the music outside, and then when the
Okay.
band is playing, we listen very closely.
Mm,
Okay, you'll
okay.
begin to pick it up because they say the same thing every day. Don't be
Okay.
hard on yourself, because every one of those bhikkhunis had to go through this process herself.
Wow. Okay. Yes. Yes. You're right. And so I should also uh, make an effort to to show up for the morning chanting session, because so far I haven't been able to show up that early.
Well,
uh,
don't bother to mumble along with them.
mhm.
But when they do reach a phrase or a line that you know, then you can say that along with them. And then when they start talking or chanting something that you don't know, it's okay to be quiet.
Mm,
It's much more important to listen to what they're saying than it is to try to mimic what they're saying.
okay. Yeah. All right. And good. um, Also, I'm gonna be staying here at the temple for 15 days. That's what I was told I could stay. But I don't know, do you think it's possible to stay more days? Well, I don't know how that
The
works,
more you
honestly.
fit in, the better that you like the place, the much more likely they'll allow you to stay. They will
Okay.
tell everybody 15 days in the beginning is almost kind of a test.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Okay.
But that 15 days doesn't mean anything to the bhikkhunis, but it does put you under pressure.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am inviting you to come right back out of that pressure.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Don't
Yes.
pressure yourself over 15 days.
Okay. That's good. And uh, I I also I don't speak Singali. Singali is the
Sinhalese
language.
is the
Yes.
language that they're saying.
Yeah. So.
But they're more likely to learn a little English than
Mm,
you are to learn Sinhalese.
yeah.
Okay, if you're staying there
Yeah.
for a long time, then it might be a good idea for you to start learning Sinhalese. The beautiful part of Sinhalese is
Mm-hmm.
that it's an Indo-European language and easier
Wow.
to learn than Thai.
Really?
Thai is a hard language to learn because of the Chinese, the tonalities, and all of that
Wow.
kind of stuff. But Sinhalese is actually going to be easier for you to learn or pick up.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know that. Sounds very difficult to me. And
Okay.
and um so when I was coming here from India, they told me they gave me a visa for Sri Lanka only for 30 days. And uh, I don't know if you know or you have any recommendation if I want to stay longer regarding the visa
I
for.
don't know much of anything about the Sri Lankan visas, but I do know that many years ago when I got Sri Lankan visas, they were for 3 months,
Oh, really?
but
Okay.
could be extended. So
Okay.
if you are getting along well and you can make it past 15 days to 30 days, then I'm sure that you can get a paper or something from one of the bhikkhunis that will put a good word in for you that will make the
Mm.
visa extensions quite easy.
Wow. Okay. Okay. That's good to know. Okay. And um, yeah, I think those were my questions. I didn't have
Oh,
that much questions at all.
that's all right. You're just fine. So you continue to practice Anapanasati, like we discussed,
Yeah.
according to the four foundations of mindfulness, and your walking meditation.
Yes.
Don't get
Ah,
too focused. If you get
yeah.
too focused, then I'm not sure about it, but in Thailand, they have a walking path that's bounded. It's about 20 meters. And when you get to one end, you turn around and walk back
Oh, wow. I
rather
don't think
than
they
just
have.
out walking and walking and walking and walking wherever. They actually have a bounded place that you walk this far, 20 meters, turn around and walk back 20 meters.
Wow.
Okay, which is 60 feet. That's actually quite a big amount,
Yes.
fairly long. But if you're too focused, say, on the nose tip, you can miss that boundary and just keep walking because you're not paying attention. That in
Mm.
fact, what we really need to do is to make sure that you're here now, that you're paying attention to what's happening with that walking meditation. You're not stepping on snakes or
Mm.
bhikkhunis or anything like that. You're doing it barefoot, so you got to watch where you're going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
That's that to repeat that, that's the important thing is to be here in the present moment rather than thinking about Mexico or thinking about the visa or worried about this, that, and the other
Mm.
thing.
Yeah. 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 Sounds good. And I also remember I wanted to ask you because I'm so new to the practices. I don't quite understand the difference between vipassana and anapanasati.
Well,
Um,
when Vipassana is practiced well, it is Anapanasati.
okay.
And for sure, when Anapanasati is practiced correctly, it is Vipassana.
Mm.
Okay, now the word vipassana, you can see the word passage or passing in there. And vipassana is talked about in the sense of insight. The word vi means in or going into, like the word vihara means in the heart, which is the same thing as in the home. So when the bhikkhunis are in the vihara, they're in their home.
Mm.
And so the word vipassana actually does not necessarily mean insight into the way that the Westerners think of insight. It's not a very good translation. A
Okay.
better way of using the word vipassana is to look at what you're doing.
Mm. Okay.
Watch what's going on.
Mm.
Begin to get some insight into the nature of reality right in this present moment.
Mm. Okay.
The
Yeah.
Vipassana crowd, they make a great big deal out of Vipassana as if they work and work and work for days, months, and years, and then they'll have an insight. But that insight, if it took that long, it took way too long because they weren't looking at all. And then the worst part of it is that once they've had the insight, they think, okay, I'm finished now, rather than taking that insight and applying it over and over again right here in this present moment.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yes. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so really, Vipassana is, there's not much to it if you're practicing Anapanasati correctly. You're not
Mhm.
missing out on something that a whole bunch of people say they're doing, Vipassana.
Mm-hmm.
That in fact, more than likely, when they're practicing Vipassana, they're not practicing Anapanasati, and that means that they're not practicing the teachings of the Buddha correctly.
Mm.
They're looking for something, they're looking for insight rather than looking for this present moment.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Good to understand that.
Okay. Now, one last thing about Vipassana is that guess what? It's not in the original suttas in the time of the Buddha. The word Vipassana got famous after that.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
What?
There's a big controversy in modern Buddhism between Vipassana and Samatha. But in some of the sutras, it says if you have one and not the other, then go get the other one. And if you don't have either one, get them both together at the same time. Okay, now what samatha means in that case is at rest, at peace, at home, being calm. All right,
Mhm.
and the example of that would be imagine that you've got a video camera. Nowadays, they have a cell phone. All right. And the example is that these guys with their cell phones are video recording an avalanche.
Mm.
And they continue to record the avalanche until they figure out that the avalanche is right on them. It's coming. Okay. And then the cell phone video is all over the place. You can't watch it. They're not going to hold the camera still. They're too busy running.
Yeah.
Okay. So Vipassana in reality can only be done when you are calm.
Mm.
This
Yes.
is why the cameras are often really good cameras and really good photographers. They'll put the camera on a tripod for stability.
Okay.
Okay, so think of samatha as the tripod and think of vipassana as the camera.
Mm.
And that's why you have to use them together. The tripod's not going to help you, but the camera moving all over the place is not going to help you. You
Yeah.
have to have that stable mind in order to
Mm.
see correctly.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
Ah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. This is very it clear for me the doubt.
Okay. Well, you go have fun with your walking meditation. This is why they want you to walk slowly, is because that will help to develop that stability that we're looking for. Slow and easy.
Yes.
And then
Like
you can see really well.
it seems like they're walking on slow camera, like stepping, lifting the feet and then
You don't
placing
have
it
to
very
pay too
slowly.
much attention to the rocking of the feet and whatnot like that, that if you're too focused on that, you'll wind up moving the foot correctly and then stepping right on the bikini.
Yeah.
So there's more to it than how you lift the foot. I've heard, in fact, that there is 7. That you lift the heel, then your toe, and then you raise it in the air, and then you move it, and then you put the toe down, and then the heel down. And while you're doing that, you just stepped on somebody.
Yes. I think that could happen.
All right. So we're looking for an open awareness that we can focus and see what's real, as
Okay.
opposed to having the mind just all over the place. Because it's possible that you're not watching how you're moving your feet and still step on the bikini because you're not watching anything at all.
Yeah.
That's the normal life that people have. And so by focusing, we wind up having to focus on what's real, including the satipatthana. You have to look at where you're going, what the body is doing, and we can move back and forth between them. The Buddha talked about it in the sense of one by one as they occur. One by one as they occur. Pay attention to things as they come up.
Okay. Yeah.
So as you're about to put that foot down, be sure you know where you're going to put it.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, Anna, it's
Okay.
really glad for you to be in Sri Lanka. I'm glad you called.
Yeah, I'm glad to talk to you, and I hope I can give you another call soon to let you know how I'm doing.
Yes, call me.
All right. Have a good day, Dhammarato.
Yes, you have a good day.
All right. Bye. Thank you.